Welcome to the Weekday Report for Friday, August 9th. I'm Tracy Pelishek. Here's a brief look at the news. Republican National Committee Chairman Reince Priebus was in town Thursday to speak at the Pints and Politics event at the Birchwood Grill. The Summers native outlined the party's marketing plans and branding strategies for the coming years. He also reiterated his message that CNN and NBC not air planned movies about possible presidential candidate Hillary Clinton at the risk of not being able to air the Republican Party's primary debates. A 62-year-old Kenosha attorney who couldn't stop drinking and driving is headed to prison. Charles J. Labanowski III was convicted of his fifth drunken driving offense and on Thursday was given 4 years in prison and 6 on supervised release. In April 2012, he had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.39, more than 4 times the legal limit of 0.08, and his car went over a curb and nearly hit several children. Salem's Dan Sporling is a champion, again. One of the Salem Teens steers won the Grand Champion honor at the Wisconsin State Fair this week. The 1,300-pound steer sold for $30,000 to Kenosha Beef, a frequent buyer of State Fair champions. 2 of Sporling's steers won the Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion awards at the Kenosha County Fair last year. It's getting more expensive to run a farm, according to a recent USDA report that showed statewide farming costs rose 12% last year to $10.8 billion. Locally, Brighton dairy farmer Dave Daniels said he saw his expenses rise significantly last year as a drought further complicated life on the farm. Observers say rising fuel, rental, and grain costs are the main culprits of the overall increase. Now here's John Kordovich with a milestone for a special local event.
The American Heroes Cafe opened a year ago, August 10th, 2012, as a place for veterans, their family, and friends to gather and support each other. About 60 people gathered at Festival Foods grocery store to share cake and best wishes for the first anniversary. Cafe organizers Mary Dome and Sharon Janis also handed out about 27 scrapbooks to World War II veterans that are cafe regulars. Dome and Janis said they've met all of their goals for the cafe, and now, for the future, they hope similar cafes will open up in other stores. I'm John Kordovich, reporting for the Kenosha News.
Thanks, John. The First Congregational Church in downtown Kenosha will have its final service at 1 p.m. Sunday as the congregation disbands and makes way for new occupants. Here's Ian Thibodeau with more.
Sunday's closing ceremony will be held to honor the congregation's 175 years in Kenosha, and church officials hope for current and former members to attend to celebrate the history of the church at a luncheon after the service. A satellite of Crossway Community Church in Bristol will now occupy the nearly 139-year-old church building on the corner of 8th Avenue and 60th Street, and members of First Congregational say they have mixed feelings about the change. During a service last Sunday, worship leader Gregory Jones addressed the 12 people in attendance, stating that although the disbanding is sad, it's not truly an end. Bart Caldara, First Congregational's Leadership Committee chairman, said a few weeks ago that membership has shrunk to 15 because of disagreements on many issues, such as not liking a pastor, how to spend money, and what building maintenance to perform. For the Kenosha News, I'm Ian Thibodeau.
What's trending today? This weekend's weather looks absolutely perfect with highs in the upper 70s. What will you be doing? Enjoying the Packers game, going to the state fair or a church festival, working in the yard? It might be one of the last nice weekends of summer. Let us know what you're up to on our Facebook page. Up next is Terry Flores with Voices on the Street.
Summer is a great time to be reading. This week, Voices on the Street went to the Northside Library to find out what people would be reading if they couldn't watch TV, check out computers, or their cell phone. Here's what they had to say.
For instance, the Kenosha News, catching up on, what's going on, coming to the local libraries and checking out, other magazines and books. So I have, no problem if electronics did fall down or something, so that's something that, I'm perfectly good with.
Right now.
Jesus is Calling, it's like a daily devotional, and Joel Osteen's Your Best Life Now.
Okay, and why?
Very inspirational, gets me, motivated and through the day, and
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
And why?
I love Harry Potter. I love the story, the characters, everything.
Thanks, Terry. Now here's a look at what we're working on today. Terry Flores previews this week's Kenosha Unified School District's committee meetings that propose changing libraries to learning commons. And this week, our Sunday Choice series focuses on individuals who lost their jobs in a tough economy but have since made the most out of it. Pick up a copy of the Kenosha News and check kenoshanews.com for all the details on these stories and more. I'm Tracy Pelishek with the Weekday Report.